What is up, guys? This is Trevor, bringing you another critical mass video. Some people have been leaving questions, and I've switched up a few things, and kind of just want to continue covering my progress with this build and answer some of the questions you guys have been posting. And I also want to show you another area in Act 2 to farm that can end up being pretty good. The first thing I want to talk about is life on hit. There's been a lot of questions about should you go with life on hit, is it worth it, does it work? So I went ahead and experimented with it for a while, and personally I don't really like it. I can see why people do like it. I mean, if you get a good amount of life on hit and you're sitting there, you have your Wicked Wind going, your Explosive Blast is hitting. It can help you stay alive a little longer. I noticed it would allow me to hang in some pools a little longer than normal. But the reason I don't use it, and I stopped using it, and I had a one-hander with about 900 or so life on hit, so I had quite a bit. My reasons for not using it are, even if you have 900 or so, even more life on hit, when it comes to a skill, you're not getting anywhere near 900 life per hit. When a skill hits, you're getting a percentage of life on hit. I'm not sure of the exact percentages, but they're not very high. So even if you have a lot of twisters out there, you're hitting with a lot of explosive blasts, you're not really gaining that much life back.
You know,
Not to mention you're in diamond skin pretty much the entire time. I mean, this build revolves around sitting in the crystal shell and absorbing. So unless your diamond skin gets broken, you're not even gaining any life on hit because you're just sitting there absorbing. So those are the two main reasons. One being you're sitting in diamond skin, and unless it gets broken, you're usually doing okay. And two, you're really not getting that much life back because the life on hit is broken down to a percentage when you use it with a skill, with a spell, instead of like an actual hit. So when I experimented with it, I had a big DPS drop because I wasn't able to afford. I mean, if you can afford a weapon that say has critical hit damage with a socket, so you can put an emerald in there. It's got high DPS, it's got some vitality, and it's got, you know, say 400 to 800 life on hit. By all means, buy it. But those weapons are, you know, millions and millions of gold. But so if you can just sneak some life in hit on there, just because, I'd say go for it. But I would focus more on a weapon that has the crit damage increase, like my weapon here. Because this is just my opinion. If life on hit is working for you, by all means, go with life on hit. The great thing about this build is there's so many different approaches that you can do, even when it comes to the skills. So if life on hit is your thing, I know I've had some commentators on my video talking about how life on hit's been working great for them. Awesome, try it out. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If it works for you, use it. But personally for me, I wasn't into it. I was killing slower because I had to use a weaker weapon, and for me, killing faster outweighed the life on hit. If I can get in there and drop them quickly, stay in diamond skin, have high resist, then I don't even need the life on hit. And so far for me, life on hit, I haven't needed it. So I just want to talk about that a bit. I hope that clears some things up for you. Again, try it out. If it works for you, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But for me personally, I didn't need it. It slowed me down, and I don't think it is a necessity in this build. Some people were asking about my stats, my specific stats. I'll leave them up for you here. I have a 47% crit chance. That's with the Scoundrel. The Scoundrel's adding 3%, so without him, I'm at 44.5, and I'm getting that from both my rings, my helm, my offhand. You want to make sure you have it on your offhand. Both your rings if you can. You got to have it on your amulet. Your helm you don't need it on. Again, the Dark Mage's Shade is a great helm if you can find it with the explosive blast, 5% increase. Not a necessity, but that's good. You also want to grab some crit chance on your bracers and some crit chance on your gloves. So you want to have crit chance everywhere. This build relies on that crit chance. And then from there you want to have that critical hit chance damage increase. I could get even more. The majority of it's coming from my weapon, my gloves, and there's some coming from this ring. I'd like to hunt down an amulet with some, but those amulets are expensive. From there again, you want to have all resist everywhere. Right now these are my resists without prismatic. I'll put prismatic on now. You can see how high you go. I got my fire up over 1,000. You gotta have those high resists. And down here, you know, I don't have much magic find. I have only 98 with these 5 valors. I kind of had to sacrifice because you need some quality gear. If you can sneak magic find in, that's great. But since you're guaranteed that rare, I think it's more about speed. You know, being able to kill quick, get much more rares because you're moving quicker. You don't have to worry about your gear slowing you down just to keep your magic find up. Again, that's just my take on it. I have quite a bit of life. You know, you don't need 50,000 life. Right now I'm kind of vitality heavy. I have a heavy vitality weapon. I have heavy vitality shoulders. I switched my chest back to more intelligence to try and bump my damage a bit. But most of my gear is pretty vitality heavy. You don't necessarily need this much life. It's nice to have this much life. I mean, it definitely helps you stay alive, obviously. It lets you stand, you know, in some of the molten, lets you take some arcane hits, but really that's coming from the resistance. And I plan to get a video up here soon with a buddy of mine who has a monk, and when we run together, it's really a great combo, a critical mass wizard with a tank monk. And I'll show you guys that in this next video of why that makes a great combo. So I hope you guys get a look at my stats, can better understand that. And what I wanted to go over real quick now is what I've been doing with my skills. Again, you can play around with these. You know, it's not a set in stone build. Do what works for you. But I've changed Frost Nova from Deep Freeze. Deep Freeze is what boosts your crit chance. Deep Freeze works great. You know, check out my other videos, part 1 and part 2. I'm using Deep Freeze. But what I've done is I've switched over to Bone Chill. And what Bone Chill does is enemies take 15% more damage while frozen or chilled by Frost Nova. Now, they take 15% more damage from each skill, whether it's Explosive Blast or the Tornadoes. And there's a glitch. I think maybe the tooltip is wrong. I'm not sure which part is wrong about this. I was reading up on it, but maybe someone could chime in on a comment. But anyway, that 15% applies to all of your skills. I'm pretty sure. If someone could chime in on that, I'm pretty sure that's how it works because I've been having good success with it. And so you pair Bone Chill with Cold Blooded, which adds another 20% to chill to frozen targets. So Bone Chill with Cold Blooded, you're killing faster, you're moving through mobs faster, and your time sent there, you don't have to worry about living as long because you're killing faster. Now that's where I didn't like life on hit because I'd rather be killing faster. Critical mass, obviously, you gotta still go with that. And then what I've been trying out with this build is Evocation. You got your cooldowns reduced by 15. It's cutting some seconds off of these cooldowns. You know, it's cutting, you know, say 2.5 off of Diamond Skin. You're cutting maybe a second off Explosive Blast, maybe close to 2 seconds off Frost Nova. So it's allowing you to spam these even quicker, because each time you crit with critical mass, you're taking a second off. So if you can lower that even more, that's great. So far I've been liking this so far. But what you can swap Evocation out for is you can use Blur. That 20% reduced damage is nice. Along with Blur, you could use Arcane Flux, which gives you the slow. So if you're, say, trying higher acts like Act 3 or so, you can lay down some tornadoes, and you got that 30% slow, which may allow you to escape sometimes, or at least keep the guys closer to you. And then another one you can use is Astral Presence. It'll help keep your arcane power up a bit if you don't have a lot of arcane power on crit. With this build, you gotta have that arcane power on crit. Get it on your offhand. I've got it on my helm and my offhand. You can get it on your weapon. Just make sure you have it. You want at least, I'd say, 15 or so to keep your arcane up so you can continue casting Wicked Wind. Again, Scoundrel, you just have him for right here. You have him for this 3% crit chance. I've just got, you know, decent damage bow on him. He's pretty much just there for the crit chance. And yeah, I'm pretty much going over the stuff you guys already know about. Check out my parts 1 and 2 if you guys are wondering if there's some stuff I haven't covered, I go over a bit some different skills in that one. But this is still the build: Crystal Shell, Fracture, Wicked Wind, Prismatic, Chain Reaction. But like I said, I'm doing Bone Chill and I'm doing Cold Blooded. So one thing I wanted to show you guys, another area, it's the path to Oasis, and what you're looking for is this rare spawn. Aside from this rare spawn, path to the Oasis is awesome. It's filled with champs. It's a good place to either get your valors up or to just continue farming. I know in part 2 I talked about the vault, and the vault is definitely the best place, but say you finish the vault, you want to keep cruising, check out the path to the Oasis, cruise through here. There's a lot of champs. It's a good place, but what we're looking for, guys, is we're looking for this right here. And I'll get closer here and show you. You're looking for this area right here. It's got this stone staircases leading in, these fires going right here, and it looks kind of like a maze on the map. And this area is a rare spawn. It took me a few tries to find it. I'd say maybe 3 games or so to locate this area. And what is great about this area is, I'll show you, is you have these 2 levers here. And this first lever will give you a rare or a champion pack. Let's see what it gives me. Give me a rare guy right here. So we'll take him out real quick. Okay, so we'll take care of that guy. If you guys were wondering how you look at items without picking them up, just go ahead and hold control and you can just hover over them. Again, I only grab the blues that are 60 so I can salvage them. You know, it helps keep inventory space. So you want to hit that lever, you'll get the rare spawn. Then you want to come over here and hit this lever, and this door here will open. And inside this tomb, you'll have a few champions, but what you want is there's a treasure chest in here. So as soon as you get in here, you get this event to find and pull the vault door lever, and it opens this treasure right here. So you just want to run through here and hunt down this lever real quick.
Need more time. Your defenses are nothing. Need more time.
Another nice thing I wanted to mention that really helps this boot, this build, if you can get it. I think there's a rare guy down here. Yeah, there is.
Not ready yet.
And what that is movement speed on your boots. I've got 12% on these. You see I got high resist, I got the intel, I got the vite. These are good boots to have. Oh, there we go. That's maybe a little lagging a bit there. But movement speed with this build, since you're just constantly running, it's been really beneficial. I can't imagine not having it now after having it. So if you can afford some movement speed boots, I'd say go for it. It allows you to just run faster like this and hunt down the champions and teleport around. Just makes farming faster.
Still waiting. Need more arcane power. I'm just warming up.
Okay, so we're still looking for this lever. Let's get this treasure open.
Still waiting.
Dead in there. Let's see what we got up here. And we got another dead in there. See, with this movement speed, you can kind of just pop diamond skin, run around, not have to deal with everything. Alright, so here's the lever right here, guys. We're going to pop that open. What that's going to do is that's going to open this treasure up here. And the treasure is basically... it just kind of looks like a resplendent chest, but it gives you rares, unlike most resplendent chests. So this door will open, you just head on in here, and the chest will be right there.
Need more time.
Clean this out real quick. Okay, so we'll pop the chest. I got 3 rares out of it. It spawns these this unique guy right here.
Health returns.
He's usually a cakewalk though. Oh, he even gave me a rare there. Okay, so we got 4 rares out of that, guys. 53 unfortunately, but 2 62s. And we got some blues. Let's see if we got any 60s. Got quite a few 60s. So I mean that ended up being worth it, and that's the experience I've had with this chest so far. Is I've usually gotten 3 rares out of it. So this is just another area I wanted to show you. If this happens to be in your game, definitely do it. That chest is a good place to grab some extra rares while you're farming, and it definitely ends up being worth it. We'll take a look at some of these 62 ones, see if we got anything decent. Get any 63s this round. It's no good. Diablo here, nope. Let's check out this quiver. Might be able to get a little bit out of that. Get an emerald in there. Doesn't have any crit chance. No, that's garbage. Well, guys, yeah, that's Path to the Oasis. Look for that area. It's a great thing to add to your farm runs on top of the vault and the ruins if you do find it. Check out my first 2 videos. I kind of go over the vault and stuff like that. But again, I hope I answered some of your questions. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, leave a like, share it. My next video I plan to be bringing some more farming action with my buddy who's a monk. I want to show you guys how that's a good grouping. If you have a buddy that's a monk tank, it works out really well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.